Are we live? Well, looks like we are. Oh boy, this is gonna be so much fun. So, without any further ado, let's begin, shall we? Well, greetings, everyone. All my followers of darkness, shadow scavengers, and villainy aficionados. Welcome again, bienvenue. I'm your host, Loro Shadows, and welcome to one of my old fashioned live reviews. Oh boy, do I have a very special movie to review today. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, it's a movie. It's literally a movie where basically, every single review that I've seen so far, especially when it comes to thumbnails, like every single thumbnail basically went like this from to to or like the thumbnails for this movie, they were priceless. But anyway, without any further ado, now it's come my turn to review this movie. So without any further ado, let's just not beat about a bush anymore, and let's just start with this, shall we? So basically, the movie I'm gonna talk about is a Minecraft movie. Now, before I start reviewing this movie, I just want to make sure for everyone to know I never played this game. Okay, I mean I heard of it, sure, I heard of it. I've seen a little bit. I did some a little bit of research, mostly from my friend who plays the game. So basically at the when it comes to the surface, I kind of know just basically some basic things about Minecraft in general. So I'm gonna review this movie as an overall movie going experience, not as a gamer, because as I repeat myself just to be safe, I never played this game before. I only heard of it. As almost like everyone else on this planet. Anyway, a Minecraft movie, a movie that I never thought. First and foremost, it was gonna see the daylight. Number one, number two, a movie that I thought I was never gonna go see in the theater, and yet here I am. I finally saw it a few days back with my friend, so here I am finally do a review about this. Oh my god! Now, from what I've seen from other different reviews, oh boy, does this movie get so much negativity? Oh boy! But anyway, let's start with this, shall we? So basically, if you don't know the plot, basically, they're like four individuals. They have been sucked into this portal that basically made them reach this land called the Overland. Basically, a land filled with landscapes made in cube style. Two siblings, one real estate agent, and of course, fourth is a former '80s gamer, aka Jason Momoa. And basically now to try to go back home, they have to master their skills in the in this land, by also going on a magical quest with this mysterious crafter known as Steve, aka Jack Black. Now, okay, with just with the plot itself, okay, it's easy to follow. Okay, there is nothing about it that is complicated, or you need to do some research, or something that is very very deep about it. Nothing. The plot is so easy, simple to follow. From level 1 to level 100, you can reach it all too easy. you know but so yeah, I mean, like I said, there's all sorts of elements to the plot. Like I said, very simple. You have four people dragged into this world, and now they have to kind of master the skills of this land to try to go back home, basically. And of course, throughout that journey, they meet a man who has been stuck in this world, for, I would say, for many 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 different years, basically. Or was it like a year? Or was it like a year that he's been stuck in Minecraft? Anyway, basically the elements of this plot, are very very simple. Something that we all have seen throughout many different genres in movie history. But still, the one of the most important thing is, okay, sure, we have seen those elements, but how do they work? How were they executed? you know. And in my personal, experience, I thought the plot was actually executed pretty well. Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, without being about the bush, okay, like I really enjoyed this movie. Okay, yes, I admit it. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Like, it was a super fun time, mindless, bonkers movie that me and my friend, enjoyed from the beginning to the very end. And we were laughing like maniacs for like 96, 97% of the time. Oh my god! Like it's just so. This movie is literally a bonkers movie. So many things happening, and such a fast-paced plot. That like, which, like I said, it makes it a very, very easy to follow. I mean, besides, like, with when it comes to like when it comes to like this particular plots, like, where you have like, some people going into this like different magical world or a different dimension and try to get out, and of course meeting with a character that's been there for a long time, with that being said, of course, you kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, we kind of get the summary of, like, the main part of the plot, but what is, like, the other side of the plot, or more precisely, aka the bad guys, which, well, in this case you have this, like, this clan of like piglies, I think they're called, from like the netherworld, and basically they're led by this, like, evil female piglet, like, sorceress called Melgosha, and of course, she wants to basically conquer the nether, the overworld, to basically take it into like, a day of, like, take it, basically transforming into, like, infinite darkness kind of land, and things. So basically, you with that, you have like the other side of the plot as well. And that, even, I wouldn't go as far as say, was actually executed pretty good when it comes to, like, that. So overall, when it comes to the plot itself, I mean, I can go into so many, like, deeper elements of that, but overall, very fast paced, very easy to follow. There's nothing complicated, nothing deep, nothing like, that you need to do some research about it. Like, everything is easy as the way it started, all the way till the very end. Nothing confusing at all, at least for me. Now, of course, when it comes to the overall cast, I mean, this movie had a very interesting cast. Now, I know usually people will go, like, immediately to Jack Black and Jason Momoa, but I want to leave them aside, just a little bit. I want to talk about, like, the other cast members. Like, for example, with this, you have Emma Myers, you have Sebastian Eugene Hansen, who played like the two siblings. You had Danielle Brooks from the Peacemaker TV show as well. Also, the one thing I was actually kind of surprised is actually to see, like, Rachel House, I think her last name is, who actually voiced Melgosha, because, like, when I heard her voice, I was like, that she sounds so familiar, So I was kind of surprised that she was the one who voiced this evil sorceress. But either way, even with that, like, in the one member of the cast, okay, I have to mention that, okay, the one member of the cast I was really surprised that she was in it was Jennifer Coolidge. Out of all the people, she's the one I was like, the fuck is she doing here? And at first, like, okay, like, she plays this principal of the school, where basically the brother, goes and everything, so I was like, okay, like, she's gonna be there, like, for maybe like maybe one or two times, once or twice, and then we're never gonna see her again. But no, things go very pretty much crazy, bonkers, creepy ass, like, shit with her, like, basically from the middle of the movie all the way till the end, like, because, and the way how it's executed, it's so crazy, but at the same time hilarious. Oh my god! I mean, it's no big spoiler. Like, basically, when the portal opened, when the four people were sucked into the world of Minecraft, like, for so there were some people who escaped to the real world, or should I say, one of the villagers escaped into the real world, and the moment that the villager was hit by her car, the way she picked him up, and all the excuses when they went to dinner, all the way till the end. Oh my god! I was like, okay, like, at least for me, that was hilarious. That was hilarious, and the way how they used her character, and the overall relationship with the villager, I was like, that is like bonkers, weird, but humorously actually pretty well done. So I was really surprised the way how they handled her character in this movie. So for me that was like weird way a positive thing, because like it was hilarious. Like even I would go as far as say again, I'm trying to avoid it as much as spoiler territory as possible, even though with a movie like that, I don't know like what you can actually call spoilers at this point. But there's a great scene basically that involves Jennifer Coolidge's character and the villager, and the way how it was executed was like absolutely bonkers. And the oh my god, and the twist with the voice of the villager, I was like, wow, wow, they used him as the voice of the villager. I was like, wow, okay, okay, okay. But anyway, it was weird to see Jennifer Coolidge in this. Who again, I thought like she's gonna be used just a little bit and then basically concentrate on the main characters, but no. She actually had a pretty much of a pretty like good amount of screen time, if you ask me, and especially again with the villager. So at the end, she was used actually pretty well, at least in my opinion. With that being said, like I mean, besides like the siblings, I also have to say I really enjoyed Daniel Brooks in this movie as well. I mean, again, I only knew her from the Peacemaker TV show, so I was kind of surprised to see her again in the Minecraft movie as well. And I overall I like her character. I really like her character, especially her relationship the with Amy, or the sister of Henry. I really liked the overall chemistry and the overall relationship they had, especially like trying to find a way to reach Henry, Jack Black, and Jason Momoa's character, throughout the movie and everything. So, and she also, I will admit, she had some like pretty funny moments throughout this movie, 100%. Which also kind of leads me again to the siblings. The siblings, of course, without outside the Jack Black's character, any other members of the recruits who basically who basically were chosen to enter the world of Minecraft, if I can put it that way. Like I have to say, like the way I have to say, like I really enjoyed the siblings as well. I mean, Amy, being kind of like this a little bit like overprotective sister, trying to like create a life for her and her brother, working that chips like potato chips like factory and everything, I liked it. Again, very traditional, something that I have seen like countless different like movies and TV shows, but still, it wasn't like pushed. For me personally, it didn't look forced or anything. It felt a little bit like natural overall, and then the overall development they achieved throughout the movie, I thought like it was actually pretty decent. And as newcomers, I have to say like Sebastian Eugene Hansen and Amy Myers, I thought like their overall performance was actually satisfying as well. Now with that being said, I have to go, of course, to the main two, Jack Black and Jason Momoa. I mean, okay, when you have Jack Black in a project, you can assume what you're gonna get. If it's like it doesn't matter if it's like a Minecraft movie, or if it's like a Super Mario Brothers movie, or it's like Kung Fu Panda movie. Like you get the idea what kind of a role Jack Black is gonna have, and he delivered. Jack Black basically in this movie he played himself. I mean, I know he played Steve, the kind of like the main character of the Minecraft world, as far as I know. Like of course, and of course with Jack Black being in, of course you're gonna have some like crazy shenanigans that he usually does in his movies. By the way, I just want to tell you, I just want to warn you, since Jack Black is in this movie. I have to warn you that if you haven't seen the movie yet, there are a few musical numbers in this movie. Yes, in a Minecraft movie, there are a few musical numbers that involves Jack Black. And of course, when you have Jack Black in it, of course you're gonna have like some like musical numbers in it. Because it's Jack Black. If of course they're gonna let him do crazy things like that. So again, Jack Black being just himself, like he was hilarious, at least for me, throughout this movie. Yes, I mean, of course, a lot of people have been criticizing, him being Steve and everything. I've heard and everything, but overall, again, as a non-Minecraft gamer, I thought like, his role as Steve in the movie, I thought like, was actually pretty interesting. And and of course, with that being said, of course, I have to go with Jason Momoa. Again, another cast member I was really surprised to see in a movie like this, but it kind of makes me, it kind of makes you think, like, or should I say, it kind of makes you realize that sometimes even actors can have a fun side, like like in this case, Jason Momoa and Jack Black, like they actors like them, they do have a fun side, and you can definitely see in this movie that they had loads of fun, like playing this like very like over the top like characters and everything, and Jason Momoa, I mean, I surprisingly, I really like his character. I mean, as the type of character he was playing, for a lot of people, I know that they will find him annoying or like being an asshole and everything, which kind of, I will be honest, it kind of fits, Jason Momoa's style and everything. But I have to tell you, like, I really liked this character throughout this movie. I really like his overall relationship with the little, kid Henry, and especially the relationship between Jack Black and him. Oh my God, it's a type of bro, type of like team up that I thought you don't need, but when you see this movie, you're like, okay, now I need more. Now I need to see more of them two together, because like, oh my God, out of all the chemistries I've seen throughout this movie, from like Jennifer Coolidge and the Villager, from like the siblings, from like Daniel Brooks's character, with Henry's sister Amy, I would say Jack Black and Jason Momoa's chemistry, I would say, is the strongest one out of all of them. Ever since they entered the world of Minecraft, like their relationship is the one thing that really kept me going throughout this movie. I mean, they're absolutely hilarious when they're together. They're absolutely hilarious. Every single time when they're on screen together, I was laughing like a maniac, including my friend as well. Like, we were laughing so hysterically. I mean, there's like, I remember like for like one of my favorite moments when it comes to Jack Black and Jason Momoa's character, they have to be like, one is the workshop room where basically they try to create different things from like those like cubic-ish like kind of like Beskar little like metal thingies in which like Jack Black created a sword, and of course Jason Momoa created buckets. Like that scene alone was hilarious. And the second one I have to say that is my favorite is definitely the whole ring thing when they were fighting the jockey, the zombie jockey. I was like that, like I will be honest, that scene alone also kind of remind me a little bit of Nacho Libre, a little bit, because like when I was watching this, because I literally I told my friend, like, this is not the first time that Jack Black was like in a ring, and when I was watching, I was like, it really reminds me of Nacho Libre a little bit, and again, pretty, for me personally, it was really well done, I had to say, so yeah, I mean, Jack Black and Jason Momoa's chemistry, it's definitely like the strongest part for me personally throughout this movie. And honestly, besides Minecraft, I cannot wait to see more of them, just like in any other like different movies, like, because like the way how they delivered, yeah, give me more, absolutely, give me more. Now, I mentioned before at the beginning that the humor and emotional sides of like this movie. Now, the biggest and strongest weapon of all of the entire like Minecraft movie, it is definitely the humor, because of like how bonkers, how mindless, how crazy, and how weird this movie is. Like, it will like, of all the like elements, like 97% of the time, like, it will make the public laugh. Like that's why I said like the humor is the strongest part of this movie, and the emotional part of it, not so much. I mean, like, there are a few emotional moments. I will give that. Like, there were a few emotional moments, especially throughout the main characters. Like like I said, the siblings, the Daniel Brooks' character, Jason Momoa, and Jack Black's character. Like, there are a few like emotional moments in like centering around the main characters. Which I thought like it was actually used pretty well, in my personal opinion. Of course, it's not something that are gonna make my eyes transform into Niagara Falls or anything. Like, no, but like I thought like it were pretty decent emotional moments. I will give them credit for that. But the humor is like the main course of this movie from like I said, from the main characters, from Jack Black to Jason Momoa to the main villain to like the world of Minecraft. Like the humor is the strongest part. And I think like for the most part, I think the humor worked for at least for me in this movie. So yeah, I mean, like I said, me and my friend, we had a blast with this movie. Like, yeah. I know a lot of people might think like that I'm on drugs or something. Like, that you can only watch this movie if you're drunk. But for me personally, like, look, for me and my friend, you can watch this even sober, and you're gonna still laugh like a maniac. So yeah. But one of the other things I do have to mention, and that is the overall world of Minecraft. The way how they brought this world to life, to the big screen. Because like I've seen like behind the scenes, like some of the things, of course, were done by CGI, and some of the things were done practically. And the way how they did it, the way how they brought the netherworld, the overworld, like certain characters, the designs and everything, the way how they brought them to life, it was absolutely mesmerizing. I mean, we're talking about a world that everything isn't cube shaped. Like from the villagers, from the piglets to the animals, to the skeletons, to the zombies, to the chickens, and so on and so forth. Even the pandas, like, everything is cubic, and the way how they did it, including even the fucking bees, like, the way how they did it, it's absolutely amazing. When it comes to the CGI and practical effects, I think they did an astonishing job bringing this world of Minecraft to life. Like absolutely, like which is when it comes to the praises, this is absolutely like one of my strongest positives when it comes to the overall movie of what should I say? Well, the overall a Minecraft movie. Now, one of the things I have to, which I've mentioned at the beginning, is of course, is that with every single movie, you gotta have a villain, which of course, in this case, is Malgosha and the Piglin clan of this netherworld, who are trying to like basically conquer the rest of the Minecraft world and try to bring an infinite darkness on this land and everything. And I felt like they were pretty cool. I felt like the villain, the Malgosha and her piglins, I thought they were pretty cool. I mean, again, those are the type of people. Characters in Minecraft that I also heard about. And I like them. I like them. I felt like from the leader all the way to the other piglins, I felt like that every single one of them had personalities. I really enjoyed them for what they were. Again, very classic, very cliche, very traditional, like villain conquering, power hungry, eternal darkness type of villains. But I felt like overall, for what they were, I thought they were interesting. So no complaints about the villain. I mean, when you have a movie like a Minecraft movie, you have to have an idea, like what kind of a movie are you preparing yourself for? Seriously, if you're expecting a movie there's like The Sopranos or The Godfather or the Titanic or Avatar or The Irishman or I don't know, Lord of the Rings, like you're gonna be on a big disappointment, on a big level. You're gonna have a big level of disappointment. Now, one of the other things I also was surprised in this movie, which of course, again, I'm not a Minecraft gamer, but I'm sure for a lot of you guys who are followers of Minecraft, you're gonna enjoy a lot of Easter eggs, throughout this movie, because there's a lot, especially when you enter the world of Minecraft. Like, there's a lot of different Easter eggs all over the place. Not only for this game, but also for like some other different companies and everything that involves with games and everything. There's a pretty big, decent amount of Easter eggs in this one. And also one of the other things, I don't want to mention because I'm trying to like be as spoiler free as possible, but like there are also a few surprising cameos in this one. There are actually there actually are some surprising cameos in this one that even made me surprised. Especially involving certain YouTubers. If you know what I mean. Like, that's the only thing I will say. But I thought like the cameos, I thought even they were handled pretty good in the end. And with that being said, which kind of brings me to the final thoughts. I mean, look, one of the things that really gets me tired is the whole video game movie curse thing. There is no video game movie curse, okay? There is none. There are only good movies and bad movies. There are movies who have people who are known who know the source material, and there are people that you have a crew that don't know the source material, who are just simply doing something out of nowhere, you know. So don't give me that crap about like the like video game movie curse, because there isn't such a thing like that. Like I said, you only have good and bad movies. Now with the Minecraft movie, for me personally, it's not a bad movie. Okay, it's absolutely, for me, it's not a bad movie. Like, again, if you're looking for something that is like deep and Oscar worthy, or blockbuster element, something that will makes you connected and emotional and like fascinated and things like that, like, then this movie is not for you. But if you're looking for like a mindless, bonkers, super fun time in the theater, then the Minecraft movie is for you. Because that's exactly what this movie in the end is: a mindless, bonkers, super fun time to turn your logic and then your brain off, and just simply sit down with a few drinks, popcorn, and just simply enjoy the show. That's exactly what a Minecraft movie is, and I got that. I mean, just from the trailers, like, I knew exactly what I was getting ready for, and honestly, it didn't disappoint. Honestly, it didn't. So overall, I really liked the movie. I thought that, again, the World of War. Oof, I almost said the wrong franchise. The World of Minecraft, like, the way how they brought this world to life through like CGI and practical effects. I thought it was like absolutely beautiful. I thought like this movie was hilarious. Like, like I said, 95 to 97% of the time, it made me laugh. Like these other few percentage, like, at least it made me giggle. I thought all the performances were solid. None of them felt bad. None of them felt out of place. Like, not even like, even Jennifer Coolidge, even she didn't feel out of place for me. I'm still like shocked that she was in a project like this. But overall, like, I thought, like, when it comes to performances, the strongest part of this is definitely Jack Black and Jason Momoa and their overall chemistry. I really hope to see more of them in future projects as well. I thought, like I said, the plot is very simple, and it goes way fast. It goes really fast. Like, at one point you're in this place, at one point you're in that place, and throughout in this moments, like, we have like a short description. You kind of get you an idea. Okay, I understood. Now I know where we're going. Like, you don't have any deep explanations. Just like, just enough to kind of give you an idea what is going to happen or what is going on. Which I felt like sometimes in movies that could work as well. So it didn't have any problems with that. I mean, I would say the only negative thing I have for this movie, if I can call it negative, it's more like a nitpicky thing. But like, if I can call it a nitpicky thing that I have, I would say maybe we could have spent a little more time in the world of Minecraft. Maybe that. Maybe we could have spent a little more in this world. Kind of like, maybe some different places. They could have give us like. Some like, much more deeper explanation, like, certain like, objects, certain places. I would have loved to see more of the Piglins, and of course Malgosha as well, even though we did have an explanation where she comes from and why she is who she is now and everything, why she hates imagination and creativity and everything. I mean, you kind of get that, but overall, that's my only nitpicky thing I have. For everything else, like from the soundtrack and everything, for me personally, worked. So overall, I had a blast with this movie, which kind of brings me to my rating. So basically, for Minecraft fans out there, and of course, if you're looking for a mindless, bunker, super fun time in the theater, then just like I did, then I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. And I know a lot of you will be like, whoa, what was it? Oh my God, is he serious? Whoa, this is crazy. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. Hey, it's my review, my rating, my experience. If you want to do your own review, be my guest. But for me personally, this movie deserves a 7 out of 10. Even my friend, if he was here, would agree. We had loads of fun with this movie. Again, it's not a perfect movie. It's not an Oscar-worthy movie. It's not like a masterpiece or anything. But like, it is, but this movie for me was exactly what I wanted: a super mindless, bonkers, super fun time in the theater to turn your logic, turn your brain off, and just simply enjoy the show. And that's exactly what a Minecraft movie was. So that I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I went out of the theater completely satisfied, even if I never played the game before. So overall, I think like this is a pretty decent and well-deserved rating for a movie like this. And with that being said, here we are done, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, again, I know there's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna say like, oh my god, like he gave us such a big rating for like a shitty movie like that. Like, look, we all have our own opinions. We all have our different tastes, and I respect that. I do respect, all other people's like tastes and criticisms and everything, But again, we all have different experiences when we go to the movie theater, and this was mine in my for a Minecraft movie, So here we are, you guys. When it comes to knowing the drill, comment, like, subscribe, give me your personal thoughts if you've seen the movie already. What did you thought about the Jack Black, about Jason Momoa, about the all the characters, about the world of Minecraft, about the villains, everything about the Minecraft movie in general? Just put it in the comment section down below. And as always, stay tuned for more. And as always, Laura Shadows signing off, or as I like to say it, later, fuckers.